Welcome to sunny Shenzhen, China, known as the Chinese Silicon Valley due to its leading technology hub. The panda bear, synonymous here in China as the black and white color of the panda, is seen as the yin and the yang. It also is the balance between harmony and peace. The panda is known all over China and is represented synonymously. The harmony and peace go along with the sportsmanship of curling. We're inside the Shenzhen Universiade Sports Center for semifinal number 2, the last spot in the final on the line.
Welcome to the 2019 Pacific Asia Men's and Women's Curling Championships in Shenzhen. It is my pleasure to introduce the teams for the men's semi-final game. Playing red stones and representing Japan, Shinya Abe, Yasumasa Tanada, Tetsuro Shimizu, and skip Yuta Matsumura. Playing yellow stones and representing China, lead Xu Jingtou, second Anjia Feng, third Wang Jiyu, and skip Zhu Xiang. Games will begin shortly. Practice slides may be taken.
Well, those are the teams participating in this second semifinal. It is Japan taking on China. All eyes on them here this afternoon. Spot the gold medal game, still trying to get their country to the World Championship. Yuta Matsumura was at the Worlds last year, finishing 4th. Zhu Xiang, 3 years running, a silver medalist at this event. Couple practice slides to get things started, get loosened up. Last minute preparations for both sides. As we know, a spot in the final on the line between these two teams. All the other medal games are set. Women's side, we know Korea's into the men's side for the championship game. Well, the skip's down at the other end, ready to go as we get prepared for semifinal. I'm Luke Coley, joined with Rona Howie, and these two not long ago played each other. It was a close fought affair. Coming down to last stone, expect something similar to that?
Yeah, definitely. We're in for a close one here.
Japan will have the hammer, finishing with a better record, and has the red stones, while China throwing the yellow. Winner, a spot in the gold medal game. Loser will play for bronze. Xu Jingtou for China will get this game started. So longer center line guard. Now the corner will be put out in front. Shinya Abe. He's been in and out of the lineup, Rona, this week.
Yep, huge amount of experience. So, bringing his knowledge and expertise into the semi-final, and his consistent play as a lead sets up the end really well.
Look at the rules of play. 8 ends minimum must be played. 38 minutes of thinking time. 1 60-second timeout.
正常大一点啊。
赢，
李赢。
二，
哇！插懂吗？
我不操。
OK。OK。
不敢放，我怕突然间掉下去。
Do you think Japan minds keeping this a little simpler early in this game, or try and go right after them?
They've got last stone. They're quite happy to play it fairly simple at the moment.
Yes.
I'm just going to roll out. So China can use the centre guard, even put up another centre guard here closer to the rings. That one's quite high.
Tian Jiefeng, now a chance. That rollout draw around the center line guard.
力量可以走，
下了个 K， 打，等，提线，
要提线后一提线啊，
放到底吧，来看，放到底。
哎
，13.2，13.2。
And it does come out the other side. Just with that high guard.
给白边
13.2。
力量还行，13.2一刷没擦，那正常基本13秒往那边打稍微。
Well, just one game out on the ice, but we're still seeing that great movement on the ice. That one sneaks out behind that center line guard. Yasumasa Tanita has to try and get after it. Just get. Oh, it looked like they had, but they do clip that one.
Just glanced it. So that was one of these you want to get either or. But we're caught in between. Just glanced off the face of that stone.
Looked at it like it was already going to be by it. Just straightens it out that little bit. If they get by, they might actually roll out the other side.
4啊，3、4啊，4区，可以擦点啊，3，3区，
3区可以。
腰击4啊，擦底差不多4。
So China quite happy if this is short.
3区杀的位置前。
Don't want it to overcurl though. That's pretty good there. Japan have to clear.
别人可能稍微涩一点点，有一点说。
25-year-old second to this Japanese team. Gets the single peel. Takes off that center line stone. So an early advantage for the Chinese side. The one rollout by Shinyabe and the rub of the guard. Now Wang Jiyu.
下路 K， 1、2、1。力量。
Try and put a good long guard out in front.
1、2之间，等，谢。可以等。加分。
力量非常好。
位置得擦一擦。
力量非常好，力量非常好。
刷子稍微偏
大一点。可以等，再等。
稍微下点，下点，加分，
加分。
2，好的。
哎。
Pretty well placed. A little bit of an angle. Doesn't cover all of it. You could just peel the one if you wanted to. The tight stone, that's the one that is most dangerous. Tetsuro Shimizu has to go and peel that one out. I'll try and get both, and we'll just miss the second one.
Okay.
Very close to getting the back one as well.
站吗？还是偏一点？刚才那个就行。OK。来，力量再收一点。
可以。我放一放，我不擦也好。
下路 K。
上打力量。
可以等。
上打力量。
1、2之间。
不。
力量可以啊。
可以等。
力量非常好。
等一等。下现代。等一等。
力量可以擦一点啊。还可以。 哦，进去不差哦，刷了，
刷的稍微偏大一点。
上马的位置啊，上马位置。可以，下边，可以，行。下。OK， 好着。OK。
Good guard there. Separation between the two. Do Japan go for the double rip again? Because it is that closer one that's their danger stone.
I thought they might change and peel the tighter one. Chasing most of this first end, trying to make the double peel. This time, get the one in the house also. Stuffs it in the rings to leave just that one stone in play. Real nice shot. Tetsuro Shimizu.
Removes both, moves the one in the house. Just bites the side of the forefoot now, so even a good guard here from China. The button is open for Japan if they have to outdraw it.
Well, Zhu Xiang. Nice start for this Chinese team in end number 1. I saw their women counterparts qualify for the gold medal game tomorrow earlier in the women's semifinal. Real nice guard, especially on swingy ice. Well, and with the lineup changing now for Matsumura in Japan a little bit, they have Shinya Abe in the house, who was all last year as the vice calling line. But it hasn't been all week long. Sometimes been Shimizu, now here at Shinya Abe. And
that dynamic's important with the skip in the third in the head. So for the lead coming up, he's not watched as many of the line calls this week.
Well, it just misses it. Had to come up a little bit more for Yuta Matsumura. Played on his first. May see him played if a guard is put up again. Had to come up a little bit more to make that run back. So if you're China, how tight do you put this one? Do you put a guard out in front? Do you come into the rings?
Yeah, if you put a longer guard up, you're leaving them the draw. If you come in, you're probably leaving them, tempting them to go for the double. But I think they put it fairly close to the rings, but not in. Well, tight to the rings. Decision, draw for your one, or do you try the run back? I think if you played on your first, you're probably playing it on your second. But There's the draw.
Full forefoot, get a single point. Double clear though by Shimizu really helped out. Clearly doesn't mind taking a single point here. Electing draw right to the forefoot. Final stone here, this first end, second men's semifinal. Korea awaiting the winner. Needs to sit full 4 foot, and that one comes right down. Well done, Yuta Matsumura. Nonchalantly, yeah, I'll just draw the button, get my single point, and game on, 1-0. China gets their force, but Japan has an early lead after one end of play.
走一遍球，场地马上
啊，强哥那个最后第一个站位15秒1，第二个站位15秒2，反正都能估计扫明扫到5区没问题。
对，一点问题没问题
啊。
正好打一打两，有两分。行。
然后我从两外出手稍微准。
我给你放点也行。
行，放着点吧。
你稍微放点，让我出一点。
但是啥？这场地最后只要力量。
Well, second end begins now. China with the hammer. Get a force in that first end, couple half shots early. And Yuta Matsumura uses that last stone advantage. Draw the button for a single point. Was that shot a draw to the button that Zhu Xiang unable to make in their round robin game, which meant a Japanese win. And that, in essence, gave Japan that hammer advantage in the first end and stones.
Go.
So the long corner guard. Wonder if maybe there's a little bit of a lingering injury. A lot of games played. That, let's see, was Xu Jingtao actually stepping up, giving Tian Jiafang a little bit of a break on that. We see with these Chinese teams, never afraid to get up and sweep their own stone.
Yeah, they're also very good at using their sweepers. Don't overthrow it. Play it to the sweepers.
我下发是14秒，然后我们我也按14秒。
行，这边稍微有点说。
下路站6趴线，下路等，站趴线可以等，好，哥站清楚，提线，好6，等，3站3，还能等一等，哎呀，磕了哦，OK。
Really nice freeze. Typical lead setup here.
Yeah, the well-played freeze. The only thing, the guard might be a little longer than China wants, if they get a chance to use that corner guard.
Yep, the Icemen have been kind and put the World Curling Federation logos in a good place so that you know where you're aiming. For the sweepers, that's where you want your corner guards.
A little extra weight and that bounce for Tanita.
OK。甩完他有 double 吧？有。OK， 往里甩吧。
好，先别着急，出手有点软啊，零，往外甩，我，二，一，二，
They try and roll it to the wing. They don't mind that they leave that red one in there. Leave their 2 stones separated.
好点。
Like that quiet control weight that they can keep their shooter.
Yes. Green. Yes. Go. Green. Yep. Yes.
Great chance here though for Tanita to get the hit and roll right across.
Right in underneath. Look at that.
Lovely shot.
くらいかい。8.6。ナイス。ナイス。二。Yes.
Look right in behind. First the hit and roll. Off to the wing. Previous one roll right back and now trying this run back and right through the hole. Peels the guard off.
快点。可以。可以。頑張って。2、4。まあいいと思うけど。ラインはいいよ。ラインはいいよ。2、3、2。ラインはいい感じ。ラインデッド。ラインはいいよ。ラインデッド。やつがそのままかな。Yes.
Working this really hard for line to pull it across onto the center line.
16.1。
Look at the coaches' benches. Soren Gran. If you watched earlier, you saw him with the women's team. Second coach of that Chinese national program. Working with this men's team, trying to get over that hump the last couple of 3 years. Has been silver medal at this event. Run back. We'll clip that side one. Don't remove it. So still a couple of Japanese stones in there. Bob Ursel watching on for this Japanese team, national men's coach. Was with them last year. The Worlds, they went to a 4th place finish. Rematch of the final a year ago. Japan and China. Japan trying to win back-to-back titles.
They don't want to leave the guard too long because at some point China could come around and just play a tap. But right now that guard's in a good position.
It's always tough because you're throwing your opponent's, running your opponent's stone in. Again, miss everything in the rings. And Rona, where did the shooter stay? It stays out in front.
Yeah, it blocks that out-turn draw. It is something that could be used to be raised in, though, for China. Potentially. But if Japan can put this guard on the center line but closer, it will block the raise and the draw.
Well, you see Shinya Abe, high skip in the house. For Yuta Matsumura. Both skips without the hammer in these first 2 ends, able to put throw guards.
ちょっと近そう。ラインだけだ。前に頭あるよ。ちょっと近いだけど。ラインはいいよ。ちょっと近いわ。近め。書きたくない。ちょっと当たってんの。
This one taking its time to. Not even coming off the guard. Oh, he's just a fraction heavier, and it hung the line. So now an opening.
好像打一半容易呲。
看不见啊。
对，要打一半
踏板，
踏板可以。
让我擦这个。
Or even just play a hack weight at this.
中间有不到1个球的空。
That's what the ice looks like that Zhu Xiang put down.
查一下，差不多能往水里边呀。能把他那个头能往里洗一点。
Looks like maybe a little more than hack weight.
可以。
因为我往外甩吧，怕打呲了，他俩球还有这么大空。
行行，踏板打一半
Just
吗？
got to make sure either or make the shot or just nick the guard if he's not passed.
It's always tough. You never want to give up on a stone, but you want to make sure if you're going to miss, you miss catching enough and opening up that guard. China in the first end able to get a force. Now looking at a shot stone belonging to Japan.
力量可以少点啊！力量小。嗨，力量可以啊！好，下线，好，嗨。
While trying to get this one as close to nose to try and tap that one back. Just didn't catch enough of it. Spills them around to lie second and third.
Yeah, that one certainly didn't come as much as they'd anticipated. They swept it early, thinking it was going to curl.
ちょいこっちかな。
But we did that. See that earlier today. Look, just a wee bit extra running
ドロー
and
結構厳しそうだよね。
slightly straighter down that side.
ドローも厳しい。これ取れるんだったら、これ十分長い。いけなくはないと思うけど。バンパーとかか。バンパーか。割と落としていかんと結構厳しそう。あ、こっちは曲がってそうだよね。こっち来るときはだいぶ行ってたからね。11。ガードは？ガード、まあこれやすか？
Worried that if they play the draw and it's not perfect, there's a chance for three.
Yeah. China lying second and third, so this is a really key shot for Japan. Because even a guard there, what if China raised that yellow guard in?
Gets a hit and roll off that wide one, or then just a straight draw. I kind of like the straight draw myself. Find out. So we see Yuta Matsumura getting forced to one in the first. Nice thing for Zhu Xiang, it wasn't a made shot, but it now puts a little more pressure on this one for Matsumura.
Certainly gives them options with the last stone.
It's good. Ping. Yes, ping. 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 Yes. Ping. Yes. Ping. Yes. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Oh, gonna try and get this one to curl, make the hit. Now roll over. How far does it go? And it rolls too far. Worried about touching that guard. They were on it early. And a nose hit and a chance at two, just like that. Hit roll has to be so precise.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the last two shots that sweepers have jumped on early, anticipating the swing, and the swing's just not appeared for either side.
So the last stone, nose hit. China can get an early 2-0 lead, 2-1 lead, pardon me, with the hammer. Well, just a clean down. China likes it. They'll be able to get there too. Zhu Xiang comes through. Nose hit. 2-1. China leads Japan. Winner will take on Korea in tomorrow's gold medal game.
这边能擦住，就是能擦住，力量还差不多。是的，对。下楼 K 3，2、3之间，
还行，
可以等啊。
China able to get that first deuce of the game. We're a couple ends in.
3局还可以等一等，
我放
还可以等，放到
And
底。
able to put the pressure on.
菜自己来，我
Forced a mistake out of Yuta Matsumura. Now we play the third end.
4秒45。
A tight center line guard goes up.
好，你这大点可能稍微有点。
97。位置ラインはいいよ。ライン付け。3、5。ちょっと近めかな。ウェイツでラインはいい感じ。鉄側かな、鉄側。オッケー。ナイス。15.3。
So 2 good guards to start the end.
可以等等线，5，可以等等线，可以等，可以等，下线。
Yeah, well placed. They're all tight to the rings, and now
2，
try and play this come around.
能走的6，1，
So a good couple feet around past that guard, and top forefoot perfectly buried.
再掉一点。
We're right in behind the sheet, so we get a real good vantage point, Rona, of seeing how far it gets past, and then it comes right in behind.
Yeah, and that's what the players want. They want to be able to go behind cover, both hands. They want to be able to play the drawing game, build up again. And although they've had problems with frost this week, really the ice has been consistent the whole week, weight-wise.
Yeah, the first couple days maybe a little bit slower with the frost, but that's really worked itself out. And they're trying to take all the humidity out of the air. 16 dehumidifiers here inside the arena. 13 to, even at times 14 seconds to the T line. 13 and a half, pretty much what these players are looking for from hog line to hog line. So maybe even a little quicker in this one.
Sorry.
So Japan can now remove the guard.
Yes.
Need to get so low behind the line of the stone.
They're hoping to try and catch a little more so they can hit and roll. To need a little bit off, a couple half shots early on in this game. Touch the guard in the first. but made that great hit and roll in the second one.
要不再往下球
Led to the whole end looking like a possible force.
大力啊！
别，
领先。走。OK，可以。哎。
Well, Tianjin Jifeng clears the front.
但我感觉7分1好像这局要打0-0了。保掉他。
It is China line 1, right on the button.
站一个也行。近いかい。あ、ちょっと近めかな。3はいいよ。入れたくはないよ。入れたくはないよ。ライン付け。2、3。3。ラインはいい感じ。お。そのままで。お。丸は。お。はい。
Well, just past those logos, that sort of that target area where you want these guards to be played.
要吧。炸个位。大力啊！出手2碗。2加分。加分。
Trying to pick this one out. Remove that one off their own. It's just one stone in the rings here in this third end.
啊？得留头啊！
So Japan put up the corner. Now it's time to use it. If they come around here, are China going to put up their guard in the centre? Or are they going to chase this?
十分ありそうだな。ラインはいいよ。ラインはいいよ。ライン付け。お。待てるかい。クリーン。待てるわ。ラインはいい感じだよ。ライン付け。クリーン。曲がってきてるわ。クリーン。イエス。クリーン。クリーン。ウェイトだけだ。ウェイトだけ。ウェイトだけ。ウェイトだけ。ウェイトだけ。おお大丈夫だよ。そのまま大丈夫だよ。最後まで最後まで。ナイスティープ。ナイスショット。14.3。
Really nice shot. Completely buried.
止まりそうだった？今ね途中なんか止まりそうに見えたけど。
我估计得是顺势。
Forces China, Wang Jiyu, play this run back. Those two he's trying to make go away. Trying to hold this one, run it back. Misses that red stone in the rings. Well, there's a miss by China, and all of a sudden the 2 is on.
And very simply done by that one corner guard who persevered to get it back up.
Yeah, it was interesting that China elected to try and pick that one, knowing that it'd be real tough to do it clean and leave the corner.
Yep, because he peeled the corner with the one before, but it was closer.
Yes. Green. Yes. Yes. Green. Oh. Green. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You just need to keep their shooter, want to roll it out a bit to the wing. Ah, really nice.
Going shot for shot, set up for the 2 right now. Yuta Matsumura and Team Japan. This is where Skip will try and make up for the little mistake. Wang Jiyu.
Can they hold this to make contact?
I want to make sure this one gets out. They'll just barely be able to make it go away. So trying the aggressive play at the roll. Wang and Shu catch just a small fraction of that stone.
He says, thanks, well swept. You held that well, guys. Ideally, want this level with their other one. T-line, it's good.
Yeah, very nice right beside that yellow stone.
甩一点就可以。
还正常。可以。比上把大点，上把稍微3秒，稍微小点。OK。
Well, Zhu Xiang sliding down. We're right here. Sheet C, the only action of all 5 curling sheets put into this venue. Always a little different. Obviously a lot quieter out there than with 4 other games going on. All eyes directly Zhu Xiang right now. Wants to try and stick around. And we'll get a little roll in, so he is shot stone.
So a really well played end by Japan to set up the chance of 2. Their stone placement's been perfect in this end.
Yep, they put up the corner garden. A lot of young curling fans trying to learn little things and stay patient. They put the corner guard up, were patient with it. China played in the rings. They got their opportunity. They executed their shots. This to cap it off. Yuta Matsumura.
Yeah. Yes. Whoa.
Clean's a good sign.
There's the clean. Right up to nose, and there are 2 points for Japan. Matsumura comes back with 2 for the Japanese, trying to defend their Pacific Asia title. They lead 3-2, trying to get back to the final. A single stone draw in the first end to get a single point for Yuta Matsumura. Both teams have exchanged 2s. That's the difference in this game right now. 4th end. China with the hammer. Luke Coley here with Rona Howie. Pacific Asia Curling Championships 2019. Second men's semifinal. Winner will play Korea. The loser will play New Zealand for bronze. All the women's medal games are set. Japan will take on China in the women's gold medal game. Hong Kong will take on Korea.
可以等啊，稍微带点，稍微带点，有点小，有点小，稍微带点，差一点。还可以，还可以。3没问题。
Yep, and the two women's finalists know they have a place at the World Women's Championship. Whereas with the men, there's only one place available. It's only for the gold medalists here. Said Shinya Abi's not played all the games this week, but he certainly started well here today.
A good pair. Not much to choose between both these leads so far in this game, as some of these spectators include. Japanese women's team will be going for gold. Yuta Matsumura, his sister Chiaki. The third on that team.
6、6、7、6、7，可以等一等，可以等。等线。量大。等线。8区，结束了啊。等线。再等。那也得等啊。放到底。哦。还得等。
Do you think he feels the pressure with one in his family already in the final? He needs to do it too.
Okay.
Well, little bounce on that. I don't think the pressures come from there. I think there's more pressure to defend their title, try and get a spot at the World Championship. There's only one of those available on the men's side. So win here doesn't clinch anything. You have to win the gold. Second and third place teams will then have a chance to play at the World Qualification event.
取りに行った。ハウスの中の赤は当たんないの。いや、外にここに当たったらもう当たっちゃう。そこに当たりそうじゃない。ちょっと内側。6。もう3分の1。もう3分の1。3分の1。
And that is a big goal for a lot of these teams to get to Worlds, to get Olympic points. Whereas China don't really need to worry too much about that. They just need to worry about preparing to compete at the Olympics. As host nation, they get a place.
Yes, 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 yes.
Well, there's that late curl right down to the face.
13.9.
Great freeze on top there. One of the hardest shots in the game. Played it perfectly.
Tian Jiafeng. Well, let's try and run this red one back in. They end up losing just their own. But they do have a couple corner guards. If they get the opportunity to use it, that's the question.
Come on.
Need to curl up a fair bit. Try and get rid of it without losing their own.
Yeah, so hard for Japan to cover both of these. China could get a wee hit and roll behind their corner.
まだ待ちたいよ。ウェイト。3、もうちょい行くよ。まだ曲がってないわ。イエス。はけるなレースで。はけるなレースで。はけるとこまで。はけるとこまで。もうちょいだ。もうちょい。はけるとこまで。イエス。イエス。イエス。イエス。イエス。イエス。イエス。
Just like that, they've not covered it. So China can now use their corner. So a bandage on his wrist and his arm.
Well, the lingering effects of a 9-game round robin. Trying to roll behind that corner guard with that quiet weight. Just a little bit too far.
可以可以。
先こっちか。
いやいいと思うけど取って。
いいと思う。いやこれはあるよね。
もうしょうがなくないか。
しかもそっち難しそう意外と、ヒットローが
いや
点差的に
ワンアップだよ俺ら。
10
10秒。
So it was draw another one in behind or play this hit and stick. Plan for Shimizu to get to nose.
めっちゃいいよ。
Maybe a little bit under if he can. Real big work, gotta get by the front. And they will get by and tap their own right in behind cover.
Wow, that was close to the guard.
Real casual as that was coming down. They barely get it by. I actually thought they were going to crash. Well, there's the late sweep that they get on. They get a big roll underneath. Watch how tight to that guard.
Wouldn't have liked your finger in between them.
长线啊，长线，力量偏小一点啊，力量偏小。
So, can I get the very thin double here? It's on the high side.
Just gets by that center one. And look at the quiet weight double and sit in the forefoot. Doesn't take much of an opening, but that one curls past that center line. Makes this thin double.
再薄点，
再往上。
1個ここは。
こっちから行くの
Didn't call it, but did
あこうなって
change
も。
his mind halfway down.
それだったらこっちから行ってもここは悪くないかなっていう感じだけど。
You have to take.
あまあ投げてるからこっちからかい。
6か
ヤスと同じ幅。
もう一個6でいい？
フル4だね。
ちょっと開いてるよ。
94。
上つけ。
多分ちょっと止まると思う。6
ナイス
な。
ゲ
ラインマンよ。
Well, they elect to play the freeze onto it.
ット。ナイスゲット。
クリーン。
7。
曲がってきてるよ。
クリーン。
当たるよ。
Is China with the hammer here in this end.
Just over curled. The weight was pretty good.
Yeah, they had to go for the line. If they could have just let that one come down a bit, would have been perfect.
这个位置可以蹭这个一点儿，我不知道你够不够往里甩的，差不多够往里甩，那可以。11，小点劲儿。你们踏板是11，然后就是底下踏板。11吧。啊。
11，踏板直接，11，
零
11，
2，往后，
下线，
力
量可以走，
下线，往后。
This one just not making that move.
OK。
It's a little more than the hack weight.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad weight. It was pretty controlled. They just expected it to pull more from the hog in. But they do lie second and third. So
裏に結局止めないと意味ないの。今直近投げてるから。5じゃないか、フル8の。5？5
So they want to draw around, put this one in front. A couple ends ago, they elected to play a hit. Was the final shot of the end. What about this one? Right into the forefoot.
Yeah, just key here not to leave the double. Really nicely played. Oh, did it even come in a bit too far at the end there? Poked out the other side.
It is Japan line 2.
11许力量。
也可以。可定了的话，差不多小点。
If they caught it thin, that top red could
还有直接找。
squirt out to the yellow.
找反正找这个位置，这球往那边走。
得找反面，得到这儿。
嗯，找这个位置啊，这球往这儿走。
对。找一个吧。
OK， 可以。打定往偏外一点。啊。
Worried about that it jams, that they play the double in the ring, so that's why looking at this run back.
Yeah, I think just because it's his first, the run back. If they don't get it right, hopefully at least they're opening things up.
加分啊！里边有多远能打着俩？打到哪儿能打着俩？
He's now saying, I can see a wee bit of that from the hack.
够不够？啊，看那个球走的远不远？那我找一个。
找吗，天哥？
像个站位的。
Go back to the call that they made, which was the run back. Just allows them to get the right angle on that one in the rings.
大力啊，大力偏小点。力量可控。
Trying to get all the reds right now.
Okay.
Leaves them staggered, doesn't get both of them. Actually just gets rid of one. Again, not far off of making it, but a little bit off. And still, Japan lying 2.
Yeah, the double's there for China, so tempting to guard and just leave the tap back. So we can see both skips here, very different deliveries. Matsumura's very low, very little movement in his pullback. Left-hander, very loose hold on the handle. Zhu's got a much firmer grip, much higher backswing, thrusts forward, the leg drive, and a firmer release. It's quite different deliveries.
ラインだけ。
前には止まりそうだけど。
曲がり始めてはいるから。
I want to try and cross center with this one. Try and take away that hole and possibly take away the run back, but might have actually over curled again on him.
Yeah, the intern tap back was always going to be there, but that would only be for one, so they had to cover the double.
这么再找一个行吗？这么找完了之后，这是啊，蹭一点这个，然后这么走。
这有相关吗？
嗯，多少？
找一个相关吧，这个。没有。这么找，等会儿找一个，还是我直接磕定？啊，磕定也好磕这球。不行吗？刚来一个，反正。这个就找不成，找到一个给他1分也。
对，也可以。
可以。
啊，对呀。
你这找成了，不就是可以了吗
？OK。这时候基本打到这个位置。这么的。
Risk versus reward.
一大半。
一大半。
差不多一大半。OK。
The tough shot to score one, or a marginally more difficult shot that you just played. That spot with this weight. Try and go for 2 or 3. Risk. Figures he'll be close, that he'll get one of them. At worst, giving up a steal of 1. This time running his own into the house. Zhu Xiang.
Yeah, it's a bit more different when you're putting your own into the house. Last time it was the opposition's he was pushing in.
Through the run back on his first, he'll be real close. Last of the 4th. Jump it early. Did they over jump it? Will they get anything? Will just go by. And a steal of 2. They anticipated it to go early. A little sweep. Right over the top. And Japan steal 2. After a couple of great late shots. A 5-2 lead now over China.
タイムいいよ。ちょっと曲がりそうかな。ちょっと曲がりそう。鉄側。ウェイト。ウェイト。
Well, 5th end and back-to-back 2s. One with the hammer, one with the steal.
Yeah, now they're quite happy to play in the house. They don't want to leave cover up front for China to use.
These are the 2 finalists from a year ago, the Pacific Asia Championship. Yuta Matsumura and Japan winning that. Exact same lineup for Japan. A little different for this Chinese team. Tian Jiafang is into the lineup. New member to the team. They had gone undefeated in round robin, win their semifinal. But lost that final game.
ラインはいいよ。ちょっと履きたいかな。いいよ。5までは欲しい。ラインはさっきより外にいるから大丈夫だよ。ウェイトだけだ。ウェイトだけ。そのままから。そのまま最後まで。
Put this one in rings as well. Yeah, really nice. Good stone placement.
OK，
2-3之间。
稍微擦一擦，可以正常擦。接 OK，
至于啊，3，至于擦。漏一漏，小盖。
Well, trying to put 2 corners, trying to use that tactic. See, sometimes they'll stack it.
Okay.
And it's just personal preference, how you like to call the game, which way to go about it.
Yeah, and also what the ice is doing. How easy it is to get round. It might be easier to come round one way and not the other. But as we've seen on this ice, you can come round both ways.
And inside, outside, outside, in.
That's hard to say, inside, outside, outside, in.
ウェイトのイエスだちょっと曲がっちゃう
That's the outside in center line guard.
イエスイエスハウスまでハウスまでハウスまでハウスまでイエスイエスイエスイエスイエスイエスイエスイエスもうちょいなもうちょいなもうちょいなもうちょいなもうちょいな 15.7
It was very different results for these two teams at the World Championship last year. Lethbridge, Canada. This Chinese team finishing 11th, 2 and 10.
OK， 看吧。
OK
Where it was a 4th place finish by the Japanese side.
踏板，踏板感觉大一点啊。
力量踏板大点，
踏板大一点。
要打俩，
这边甩，
离，
但是力量不够，打甩俩不够。
哦，再线。哦。
Playing in the rings, just trying to move those around. It is shot stone belonging to Japan.
没带盈利啊。
你好，这，哦，哦，哦，哦，哦，哦，哦，
I get a wee hit and roll behind the red guard, but goes the other way.
Works out a little in their favor. Actually chokes off a bit of that corner guard use.
OK
3秒。
OK
But for China, it's not panic time. It's only a 3-point game.
3秒，可以擦点。
Yep
3秒可以擦。
Whoa.
Yep, they just
1
need
可以
to
擦。
play it
Hard.
for a simple 2.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
哎，头。
Oh, there's the roll right in front. Very nice. Actually spins half a rock away from that stone in the 4-foot.
Yeah, really nice result there.
哎，等我有。嗯。俺らショットでしょ。俺らワンでしょ。え？俺らワンでしょ。いいと思う。中には当てたくないね。
こいつ
So it is the other corner guard that China could potentially run back.
Yes. Whoa. Yes. Yes. Whoa. 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 Nice. Okay.
Chips that one in and just trying to roll over to it. Didn't actually think they'd push it right onto the corner. Question whether they like it or not.
Well, it's kind of foxed China now because they weren't expecting that. So now they're just going to have a team confab.
先打的吗？还是我先做个大点的？选一个他就跟呗。对呀，他跟呗。反正这就是一碰，打完有相关的这个。他反正看我是往这儿投，或者是直接往后边来。要是选的话，选好吗？感觉？
你选一个不好，选一个他就这么冲。他就这么冲啊。
咱先奔两分看吧。
你打定这个黄的肯定是往那边走。
打定啊？
嗯。打定这黄的。
打定的话，我觉得
打定往这边
得打一半。
那俩一起往这边甩吗？
58 minutes of thinking time.
这时候无疑也正
Play their 10 ends. To them how they use it.
因为中间它缝不太大。
那你觉得呢？还是打定？打定不太好吧？打定不行。
打定它就大波了嘛。
就行吗？行，可以。正常3秒。哪边？
To look at the angles because there's a little bit of separation of all those. Are they still going to react like they're frozen, or is it going to get a bit of a different angle because of the separation?
Yeah, and just that top red one moved off slightly. So I think they'll be quite happy to maybe remove this red, roll over, and not touch the back two, because that's sitting in China's favor right now.
3个偏小，3个偏小，
Well, it's all about trying to hit it on the right angle. They try and hit it, roll in front.
Okay.
Doesn't get the best angle behind that corner guard. That redstone still tough to remove.
狙わしていいんじゃないか。
悪くないと思うけど。
寄せてヒットロールされる方がいいじゃないぐらいに。
ノーズでいいんじゃない？
ノーズで良さそうに見える。
このダブルは難しそうだよ、すごく。
Yeah, we're trying just to catch the inside to get behind the corner and keep the shooter safe, or to keep the shooter in.
置いていいよ。クリーン。クリーン。クリーン。Yes, yes, yes. Green, 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 green. Nice.
Right on the nose to lie 1-2. Well, the game started with China getting a force in full control and getting a deuce. Japan simplified the game in the third end. Got their two. They're off and running now, leading 5-2.
And Japan would dearly love to force a one here, go into the halftime break, 2 up with the hammer. Whereas China would love to get a 2 back and tighten the scoreline.
踏板可以差点啊！踏板，力量 OK， 力量 OK。
下线。
Well, a tough hit here. They got to catch a very small amount of this.
再来。
Catch it thin. We'll roll underneath. Actually, all the way through and out, just too thin. There's not a lot of that one that was available.
It's very tight.
那挺好。
Well, Japan lies one side of the 4-foot. Not going to go after that one behind the guard.
He's just seen the line that China came down. Take a look at the 2 deliveries for the third players. So Wang, very square, shoulders and hips. Small back lift. Elbow up, firm release, very steady. Very technically sound. And the trunk lift stays very level coming back.
Yeah, very square. Little differences, but the one thing, they all get to the same spot, very centered to the point that they're throwing at. Well, there's the hit. Roll a little bit to the center. Thin double.
It's there, but they could go for the hit and roll behind the corner in the hope that they might get a chance of. If we look at Shimizu, very different, more compact, and he lifts, trunk lift very high. His foot in the hack's to the right of the hack, comes thrusting down, and you can see the twist, and that's why the back leg fishtails. The hips and shoulders aren't fully square. In front you can see it goes right back, very straight arm, bends as he comes forward, low wrist and release. So again, very different releases between the 2 thirds, but both very effective in their own way.
力量可以差点啊！
They decide to try and play the roll, and we'll get a good chunk of it protected. But again, we've seen the swing. It's so hard to protect a stone behind that guard.
Can't see as much of this though. Yeah, and that's where there's no real right and wrong with the technical delivery. You know, you want the square shoulders and the square hips to your target to eliminate things going wrong.
良さそう、そっちの方が。結構難しそうだ。ちょっと薄いからこっちは残る可能性もある。した方がいいよね。
Change his mind when he can see from the hat what he can see.
横で6捉えてれば。ダブルは難しい。ここまで。どうだろうね、アイス。安野あんまいかんかったんだよ。いかんかったけど 15.6 でハウスギリ入んなかった。
So electing rather than try and chase that one, we can control where we put this.
As long as they lie to and they don't leave a double, that's the key.
That's it.
Quite straightforward, really. Yeah.
8全部で2にはなる？8全部で2にはなる。
So just
8に半分でちょっとかかればいい。
coming around the yellow level with their other reds, good.
もう1本詰めてもらっていい？
Kosuke Aita.
そんな変わんないと思うよ。
The alternate last year, he's up there on the bench. Played a fair amount this week, but he's going to be fighting a little bit of illness as well. A couple games ago was coughing quite a bit, but decision was not based on any health or injury. Just get the experience in the lineup.
13-6 on the timer, must be pretty close. Needs to stop though. Oh,
Just does.
that was a bit blasé. But anyway, does the job.
And that's been T-line weight throughout the week, so maybe a little bit quicker.
Shimizu did jump on it early on. I think he thought it was going to need some help.
So all quiet here. The Shenzhen University Sports Center. Host nation, the Chinese trying to cut into the lead. Just with a single point. This one just coming up nicely, right to the nose. No problem. Zhu Xiang will get a single point for China, make it a 2-point game. We're halfway through this second semifinal. Korea waits the winner of this semifinal.
Nice sleep. Nice.
Second end of this semifinal. Stone back of the 4-foot belonging to Japan in shot stone, but chance here after the hit and roll missed. Hit back by China, score their first 2 of the game, and their first lead of the game with the deuce in the second end. Third end. And a really well played end by Japan. Just simplified it. Use the corner guard. Missed run back. Exchange a few hits. Now this hit to score 2 and retake the lead. Does Japan, the defending champions. Fourth end and pivotal point. Deciding to play the run back is Zhu Xiang. Taking the risk, chance, maybe get 2, maybe 3 if this is hit perfectly. Doesn't catch it right, and it's a steal of 2 by Japan. They extend their lead.
For us.
You probably haven't thrown a lot
And
of
that's the
picks
way
this
we
year.
have to create for the last 5 ends now.
So, yeah, good draw weight.
That's the only thing we can do. Make it. Yeah, because we have the game. We have the game inside us. We have.
All right. Strong finish. Strong finish. Let's go, boys. Yeah, good one. Strong finish.
This is how round robin played out. Korea going undefeated 9-0, then Japan and China right behind, 8-1 for Japan, 7-2 for China. New Zealand in as the 4 seed at 6-3. Then keeps going down. Everyone one win different all the way down the 10-team field. Set up these two semifinals. Korea, New Zealand, and Korea winning earlier today, so they're awaiting the winner of this game, Japan-China, for the gold medal tomorrow. Loser will play New Zealand for bronze. Again, winner of the gold medal gets that spot at the World Championship. The second and third place teams will have to go to the World Qualification event to try and qualify their nation for the Worlds. Here are the numbers through the first 5 ends. Japan leads 5-3, 88% overall to 80. Japan advantage. Advantage in draws for China, 93-85, but the hit percentage, 93-69% in favor of Japan. 2 stolen points on one of those missed hits, and a 5-3 Japan lead.
Keep going.
Inside the Shenzhen Universiade Sports Center, Luke Coley here with Rona Howie as we get set for the second half of this semifinal. The 2 and 3 seeds was a win by Japan in round robin over China on a last rock draw, missed by Zhu Xiang. But this one, 5 ends to go to determine who will play Korea for gold medal. The Pacific Asia champion. Natsumura, 2018 champ. Zhu Xiang, the 3-time running silver medalist at this event. I'd love to be able to get over that hurdle and get a gold medal. Seen their women's team qualify for the final. They'll take on Japan. It'll be tomorrow. Expecting a little bit of an aggressive push from China in the 6th end.
Yeah, they want to try and put a bit of pressure here onto Japan. Japan have really dictated the play in the last couple of ends. Shinya Abe has set up the end so well. And here's another good come around.
Nice. 14.6.
Xu Jingtao, 98% on the game.
下路稍大，
要小一点，小点，力量。咋样？
下路给，下路给，
小点，下分，二，下分我上啊，
二，go go go，二
He jumps in again to help sweep.
，go
Just keeping this one moving. Not a bad spot to finish, being short of the rings that can't be removed.
1回できるのはそんなに難しくないと思う。
なんかもう一個我慢いくの。中行ったらいけなくはないそうだね。逆に。
切るときね。
外からは外から我慢。
4、4、5、
6。
6。さあ、赤い、今のより奥に行くってこと？
上だとまだ後ろあるからね、あんまりかぶせたくない。横でもいいよ。
まあ、こっち側から自分の中に向かって投げてくるのも良さそうだけど、曲がりきっちゃいそうなんですよね。
そうだね。
Well, 93%. Great numbers for both leads.
ラインはいいよ。
レッツグッ
ラインズゲート。あんまり深くはいないから。ウォーウォー。スクリーン。ラインズゲート。ウェイトだけだ。
ちょっとあるかな。
Trying to come round again. Keep it top tee. Oh, it's just gonna slip. Dead tee line.
13.9。
But maybe a rock or two deeper than they had wanted.
Yeah.
56。
Very well curled game,
等线啊
Yang Jiafeng.
等线呢，哥们儿。哎，
6区6，可以等力量，
力量可以啊。
放到底。
等。
下线。
下线带是吗？
下线。
可以擦的。
He just wants to freeze on top.
可以。哦。
哦
Barbie's drop.
哦。
Ah, really nice.
Weight came right off as it started to take that curl.
扎上了吗？扎上了。稍微有点儿，不是这么角，是这样一角角。还可以。
Yasumasa Tanita asked to peel the front. Try and make this double peel. Actually roll to a corner. 73% had a couple of misses in the first two ends.
Yes. Go. Yes. Go. Yes.
Oh, make the double peel, roll it just off. Opens up those stones in the forefoot.
OK。几局？轻颗吗？8。站位。
上咱这个就行。
OK。
This is where China want to put the pressure on, but they also don't want to lose a big end.
稍微小一点，
正常带就行。
稍微差一点，
中
They're
线
not。going to get a
Just
steal.
hang on,
They want to force a one.
中线
三
就行。
级小一点，
力量。我不用太近。中线下线。
上线。可以啊，可以，力量可以
还。下吗？
下。
中线。
还得下。下一点，下一点。
力量。
至于。二。哎，
谁进的？咱进
稍
的。
微大一点。啊？稍微。线还行，力量稍微大一点。
Pretty simple mindset. Peel that center line guard.
Green. Yes. 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 Green.
No bother. Just need up.
稍微小点点。
It's a game of patience now.
That cat mouse try to bide your time till later.
3。
Yang Jiu.
力量不敢擦啊，现在。
那等。
2、3之间。
可以等，可以等。
力量非常好，可以啊。可以擦点。
我等线。在线。
可以。
可以等等线。
力量我5。
可以等。
不能啊。
不能擦。现在一刷不能碰。
这已经5了。
下线扎上下面有。扎那个呢？2加分。2。OK。
Well, a little bit deeper than they had wanted. Comes into the rings.
再多下一点。
この辺。
Well,
ちょうど
watching
ロール
on.
できるぐらい。
A mixture of New Zealand and Australia.
New Zealand will play the loser of this for bronze tomorrow. Tetsuro Shimizu
Yes. Whoa.
Having a
100%
fairly
on the
good
game.
game.
Whoa. Whoa.
trying to keep that going and get everything moving just like that.
Nice shot.
Didn't look all that happy though.
ナイスだ。
Don't know how you make that any better than the way he did.
3秒。
Could be just the
3
reaction.
秒可以倒。不要偏的。不要偏的。
There's one guard to try and hide behind.
Okay.
China won't do that.
Yeah, Japan are quite happy to hit and roll out the wing here. Keep it open. Keep it simple.
They can make a roll, get a mistake, and get two. They'll love it, but just keep the congestion down to a minimum.
It's good. Green, green. Yes. Yes, green. 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 Yes. Yes. Yes.
A hit will make the big roll that they weren't worried if they go a little further to the outside.
I see.
Zhu Xiang. Is there room to try and make that roll?
Yeah, definitely. A roll in behind. Benefit for Japan is it's their own stone they'd be raising up. To go for a run back, but you've got to ask the question, so China would love to get a hit and roll here.
Three秒。3秒可以差一点啊。领导可以，领导非常好。走。好。再见。
Trying to cut it over, get any roll possible. Just
Okay.
not able to get that little flip underneath. Was early in this game, everything sort of
間もあるわ。
went the way of China.
間パット1個以上あるわ。
On the third end, Japan scored two,
もう
and
ちょい
they've
こっち。うん。
dictated play from that point on.
And it wasn't bad play from China. Just a couple of half shots, and
ノーズでも入る。
all of a sudden turns around.
願わくはちょっと内から見せた
And
い。
you find that when one team gets the momentum, for the next few ends they've got that control. Very low in the hack. No trunk lift at all. No room for error with movement.
ちょっと抑えよう。
The lefty delivery.
They've left it too late. All right. Comes out the other side.
10.6。ちょっと遅いよ。
See Yuta Matsumura at 85%
10.6。
for the game. Decided to make that decision in the first end to draw for a single point. Worked out in the second end. He went for a hit and roll, went too far and gave the two to China.
But if he had got a perfect roll here, you would have seen China come right round everything and maybe force Japan to draw for their one, whereas here he may still have the chance to blank the end. So it's not a disaster for him that they actually did roll out, because it was quite high up in the house.
Lead. 卡板。我。Lead。
下线。
我。
下线。
下线。二，继续。Forward。
Trying to cut this over as much as possible. But rolls a little away from the guard. You said, Rona, will be the opportunity to blank this sixth end. Japan with the hammer, leading by a score of 5-3. Looking to run this one out, roll out to retain hammer into the seventh end. No problem for the reigning Pacific Asia champion Yuta Matsumura. Will blank the 6th end. It'll remain a 5-3 advantage in Japan's favor heading to the 7th end.
站俩，行，站俩 ，OK。
多分ね、もうちょいいいとこ置いてくる。
Well, makes the long walk down the sheet of ice, will retain the hammer, so China will get end number 7 started. Both these leads have put quite a show this game, really setting everything up.
别擦，不能擦。
This one well out there. Didn't see exactly what happened, but it slides into the rings. And Japan gets the gift and a chance to play the hit.
Green. Yes. Yes. Green. Go. Go. 早いか。ちょっと早いね。9。早い。9秒。
Well, Shinyabe will actually roll out of the rings and out of play.
Yep. Xu Jingtao want to make up for his last guard that slipped into the rings. Wants to be short with this one. He was annoyed with himself. His teammate was giving him a pat on the shoulder and saying, it's okay. Take this one.
Hard. Go. Hard. Go.
Doesn't quite get it to the center line. Still off center, a bit of a corner guard. Japan doesn't mind using.
Yes. Wait, yes. Line yes. Wait. 大丈夫だよ。グリーン前はかわしてる。グリーン。ウェイトだけだ。大丈夫だ。ナイス。14.6。
Well, in behind, actually out the other side, goes that one. Well, trying to keep those around. Jiafeng.
可以倒，倒。
可以正常带。
力量可以倒，
还可以倒。
要轻颗一点。
那不擦了，那不行，过来啊。
过去，过。
我过不去。
力量稍微大一点。
大一点。
Yes.
Well, in behind, look to peel that guard out.
Hi. Yes.
Want to make sure they get that shooter off, not want to leave anything in front for the Chinese to hide behind.
OK，
力量可以啊，可以等，咱可以等啊，可以等一等。别带了，等会儿。我。 刷子猛一点。
我下路还行，
不行，力量猛一点。
刷子位置，禁区。
3-4直接。
刷子位置大一点。
哇吼！
要进啊！
进不去，进不去。
下点啊！还行，不下了，不下了，你进。
Well, tight guard into the, just in front of the rings.
对，稍微大一点，这一点是强。
Middle of this Japanese lineup are very strong in their hit game. Matsumura doesn't hesitate to call it. Play the run back. If you miss, he'll peel it out.
It's frustrating for China. Japan keep making these, but they just have to persevere and hope for an error.
Well, you'd love it worse that you force Japan to have to take a single point, but if you could ever steal one in this end, all of a sudden 5-4, you get a force and 8, and then you can try and manage those last two ends down by 2.
那就站擦下线，下线，站那红的，力量，好点，擦，正常，那正常吧。走。
Well, it's into the rings. It overcurls, leaves that one open. And that's where that execution just a little bit off for China on that stone. Coming back in these games against the level of both of these teams out there, you miss a little bit, you're going to give an opening to your opponent.
A few millimeters off and you're heavily punished. Trying to get a bit of a roll away.
Doesn't get the separation they're hoping for.
The head's fairly well open from a Japan point of view, but China could roll over and even just check at the side of the red.
Yeah, not necessarily make the double, because the double is one back and looking like a blank possibly in the end.
Yeah, they want to leave a harder shot for Japan.
But that one will pinball off and through. Disappointing pair for Wang Zhiyu. Missed guard, missed hit and roll. Very tactical approach by Japan, knowing they control the game up 5-3 with the hammer. Just make smart strategy decisions. Well, make the hit, avoid touching their own, and we'll sit 1-2. Freeze, or do they make the double and basically try and set it up in the next end?
Yeah, go for the double here.
Well, makes the hit, goes just without touching that other red stone. First to skip stones to the 7th end. Well, it makes the double takeout, clears them both, rolls the shooter out as well. So where do you want to draw to? What path do you want to look at? Do you want to get a speed on?
Yeah, nice for the skip to get a chance. It's an open, no pressure draw at this stage in the game.
さっきと同じ幅ちょっと広い変わんないと思う
Reverse handle there from the left-hander.
Yeah, really throws these ones to his front end so often. Many of his draws as he did in the first end. Stepped away from this one though.
You can see a loose grip on the handle, starts straight, turns the handle clockwise, then anti-clockwise.
Almost sort of setting it and then turning it back, whereas some people just have it set where they want to start and then on release will turn it to the direction, the rotation they want.
You can see there Zhu Xiang has got the handle started at set and then puts a rotation on.
Lead, whoa, lead, whoa, whoa, no. Hard, hard.
That will make the hit, sit back of the 12-foot. As we saw in the 6th end, this will be a blank try here for Yuta Matsumura.
And again, there's no right and wrong of how you start to hold your handle and how you put your release on, but as long as you don't turn it off target when you put the handle on, that's the key.
These players will have thrown thousands and thousands of rocks every curling season. This one, the last of the 7th end. So 2 straight hit and rollouts. Yuta Matsumura blanks end number 7. Japan still holds on to last stone advantage, heading to end number 8 of this second semifinal.
されてもいいね。ただ無理しなくていい。今と同じでもいいわよ。同じ。
While scoring in every end in the first 5, we haven't seen a score since we hit the 5th end break. 5-3, Japan leads China. And sure, China can't really afford to allow many more blanks in this game.
No, they really need to force here or go for the steal.
Look at the difference in numbers. Shinyabe 95, Xu Jingtao 89%. Did come down a bit. He had the one slide into the rings in the previous end.
Yeah, not too sure where Shinyabe lost the percentage. He's really had a first-class game today. Set up the head so well. So we'll see China making use of the free guard zone now, trying to get as much cover out front.
放，弄，然后
好，
OK.
So 2 guards. Japan deciding they're going to come around. They weren't going to play any chip shots or draw to the wing. They're going to be the first to get around those 2 guards.
来一位呀，位置来一点，我，零，我，来一位这边，来一位这边。大丈夫だよ。ウェイトは同じぐらい。ちょっと進んでるわ。リン、ちょっとある。
Well, right around both. Just a little deep. There's maybe a few points that'll come off for Shinyabe. Fractionally deep with his second.
Just shows how good the ice is. He passed that red and buried right behind it.
2 feet behind it.
下楼还可以，
力量，六区最好掏。
So it's pulling China in. It's not letting them get a third guard up. It's pulling them in because they're facing 2.
56，力量2。
Because you know Japan's going to move on the guards next.
I'll get it past that top one, and I'll nestle right beside it. Get second shot. Comparison of the seconds, an advantage. Tian Jiafeng lower on his hits, but Tanita lower on his draw game. Going to be seeing a lot more hits for Tanita in this game. Double peel. And that'll clear everything out of the rings and out of play. One
Abby's
corner
like,
guard.
I just set all that up. What have you done?
All that work, and it all goes away with 1 stone. Look at this. Yellow, yellow right, and spills everything out. Might have to go to a 6 stone 3 guard zone rule the way that played. Try and keep some stones around.
Demolition derby.
下线这里，
可以下线啊。
下下下下下。
So just that 1 guard, it's off the center line.
2，
再来点。
2 ，go go go。2
，go。
Matsumura. Just a few international events, but he's been around. Veteran, experienced enough, says, okay, let's just peel the guard. Not try and play that run back yet. We don't need to. Maybe get a small mistake, an opening that we can make a play later. So we hang. How do you set it up? How do you go about it?
So it's very demoralizing when you're China and you put your guards there and you do what you do and set it up and all of a sudden gone.
下楼 K。2区就可以。
2区啊，2区，赶紧擦点儿。线路怎么样？
线路感觉。
线路 OK。
现在
可以下吗？还是
下线。下分下。
可以下。加分。
下到底下到底。
2区加分。
2，再下2，come on guys。OK。
好点。
Well, they want to cover the one up in the rings. Bit of it's open. They're going to again. The guard is the danger stone.
这一个插的我还得缓一缓。不行，能下来。
Whoa.
Just 1 stone here. 2 consecutive blank ends. See the third numbers, and Shimizu just continuing to perform, while Wang Jiyu, 61%.
下楼 K。
力量不敢碰啊，现在。3。
It is just a 2-point game.
感觉要进啊！
Last couple ends, feeling that it's a little more lopsided.
4区，
不敢擦，然后，扎样就行了。OK。
Well, that'll slide in. Frustration showing for Zhu Xiang. Knows what Shimizu's been doing, and it's a problem. He's been making big weight shots. Oh, but there's the first miss of the game for Shimizu. Unable to make that double takeout.
OK。
So China now in a good position to force.
反正想投这局想投1分的话，咱往这选一个，咱往这选一个太近了，他直接这么一冲，是吧？
他就是放他往这选，你知道吧？
啊，
非要放他往这选。
那只能，
非往这。
反正现在又想投就怼着，反正占个位。
占位
没啥意义啊。
叫暂停，叫暂停吧。
可以叫暂停吧。
China decide to call a timeout, get some words of wisdom from their coach. It is a key point in the game at this 8th end.
你就投上去，人这么也是整。
可以选，打完了他飞了。
飞没用，你就投到这儿。
飞了你可以还可以选。
先往那边投没意义，往那边投也。 往那边投给对手1分，咱就算是打成了给这1分。
你是想让他最后一投还是最后一打？
那也是最后一投啊，
最好是最后一投。
I have 2 options.
2个选择。
One is to draw on that side to lie 2.
一个是就是投到那边去。
The second one is to play a center guard.
第二就是中区站
close center guard, and let him play on this, and then we can come around the center guard and steal. That's my 2 options. Don't go this side.
不要走这边。我要是中间站位，他清开之后，我再往这选吗？中间站位你选中间的后面。不是，他要清开之后，我现在是往这选了。If you peel the guard, 第二个 center.
If you peel the center guard.
Yes, the second one.
Yeah, then you have to move it on this side and lie 2, and force him to take 1.
然后就第二个球往那边打，让他得1分。他我站位，他清开了之后，我第二个球往投那面，然后逼他得1分。
Yeah. That's my 2 options. If we leave the center guard for us, I think it's good, because then we can come around and steal. We are in that situation, so we have to do something else and just rely on that. Okay, but kind of close one.
Okay.
Well, the 2 options: draw to the other side to split, put a center line guard. Maybe Matsumura leaves you it. Come around. Looks like they've elected to go with the center line guard. It needs to be tight, something you can draw around to try and steal.
Yeah, absolutely has to be tight. If this is a long guard, it's not going to be any use to them.
刷的3区
，3可以等，
刷了可以等，
刷可以等，
刷了
线稍微靠外一点
啊，
还行，线路可以，
线路非常好
，3区
力量
非常好，
线路非常好，只是力量。
可以等，放到底，好，放到底，好，不差
，no， OK，
好的，可以。
Well, center line guard's there, so now see Soren Gran, coach of this Chinese team.
扫兵我也能扫过去，
他肯定行。现在。
Matsumura will peel that. He wants to make sure he scores this end. He could try and hit red, yellow, and try and roll both of them over, lie 2. But the one that could hurt him is that center line guard.
Yeah, even if he rolls his shooter a fraction and China draw around the other side, they can then use this red.
Well, thin off of that. Almost touch their own up. Actually get shot stone out of it by just touching it.
So close.
That's a 2 for 1 by taking that one up.
对对，顺着人打出来掉下来点。OK，
3秒，
可以。OK， 扫到这个位置。差不多。
Look at this one. Catches it, and they'll actually just touch their red one and move it in for a shot. So to lie 2, China has to move it.
位置他还是上个大包，往甩到这个位置。
没事。
Well, it did force an error out of Japan there.
See the numbers, Matsumura 89, Zhou Xiang 79.
3秒长线之间啊，5、3秒偏小一点，5、离，3秒偏小一点啊，1、5、偏小点，5、
Well, try and play the hit. Now make it off their own. We'll spread them around to lie 2. So they're going to get their force. Had to get the separation without touching and removing their own. So last stone, 8th end, Yuta Matsumura. Wide open look at this one to play the hit.
Green. Lines good. Green. Green. Yep. Green. Lines good. Lines good. Lines good.
They're just keeping a broom down all the way down the ice, right on the nose. Single point for Japan. The first score of the second half of this match has Japan doubling up China at the moment, 6-3. 2 ends remaining here in the second semifinal.
2撇也行，2撇不行磕他呗，磕他往里。对，现在就是不能。
China playing host this year, Pacific Asia Curling Championships 2019. We're in Shenzhen. We're on the southeastern portion of China, right along the border of Hong Kong. Luco Rona Howie bringing you our coverage of this semifinal. 2 versus 3 seeds. That first stone, Japan goes into the rings. Shinya Abe. Ever since Japan stole those 2 points, they've really controlled and dictated how this game's been played.
Okay.
Side. Whoa.
So key for the leads to set up the ends. You can go in with game plans and they're all okay. But you need to have your lead setting up the ends the way you want.
Okay.
Especially with the new 5 rock free guard zone rule. A lot more manipulation with the lead stones now, and even the seconds first stone.
Well, and even when we've had an end set up, a couple of shots and blast away, nothing's been set up. Saw that last time by Yasumasa Tanita. His first two for Shinyabe, right in to the forefoot.
For someone who's only played a couple of games this week, he's certainly got draw weight.
How do you approach this end now, Rona, if you are China down by 3 with the hammer?
So they need to try for their multiple score. You need to get some corner guards in play. Try and get something set up, get stones behind cover, see what they can generate. Only 2 ends. They're 3 down, so even if they take a 2 and go for a steal, they get an extra end. But ideally, they would like to get their 3. They certainly can't afford to lose anything at this end.
Yes, 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 最後まで、最後まで、最後まで、最後まで、最後まで。Yes, yes, 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 yes. Okay.
Well, Tanita just heavy goes deeper than he wanted to.
13.7.
Line up a 3 and you can move them around.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost too many stones for Japan there. Their own stones could be their enemy.
They want to try and make the hit right in front.
Yeah, because in Japan's thinking here, they're 3 up. If they lose a 2, they're still 1 up with the hammer coming home, and that's a very good position to be in. So they know they've got that cushion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, 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 yes.
Well, right in. Thought they might have had that one in the rings for a second.
I still think China, okay, they played a great shot lifting the double, but I thought they may have played just a tap back with that and try and generate something with the stones in the head rather than open it all up.
Create a bit of a wall that China can use.
Because Japan want to open, so China need to try and go against that.
Yeah, those stones could have been used as a bit of a back guard protector for them.
但是感觉要减啊，减速了。不能擦，不能擦，要放。减速放不了了。不能擦，不能擦。后取。哇吼！下线吧，来点，哈哈哈，过。Sorry， 稍微大一点。但是后面有点减速。还行。8区了。8、9区之间吧。大点。
Yeah, I think they need to take the guard.
どう思う？一回ピールでも良さそうだけど。前切って。もう一回置かせる。黄色と黄色のダブルあるでしょ？あるよ。赤いなくなったら。ここは狙える角度にある。そんなに簡単ではないけど。狙える角度ではある。一回ピールでもいいかなと思うけど。
Yeah, because if they hit the one in the house, you know China's bringing another one round that corner. So that could be the danger stone for Japan.
Make this one, then gonna have to make a double. Probably at some point in the end, so you don't give up 3. Still have to put another guard out. Too early to make a play on that red.
Yeah, you need to put another guard out. You only want to China only want to give Japan the one chance at the double.
站位挨着啊，站位，小小就是挺滑的这边。
Well, this is an example how that 5-rock roll really allows set up for at least 2.
下路小。
23之间，3。
还行。
3 OK，
下路 K。
3区啊，3区得擦一点点。
等啊，
3区。
要擦也是下线啊。
3区有点小点啊。
3区没问题。可以下线吗？
稍微差不多还。我 OK。
ビールでいいんじゃないか。いやー、それはビールでいいんじゃないか。それダブルの角度残したらもう一回相手こっち構来るよね。そしたら俺ら結局前からやんなきゃいけない。もう一個。前から狙いながら悪くないと思うよ。シューター結局残っちゃう。
Still think the guard is the call?
取れたらでいい。
Yeah, it's third to last stone. They did look at hitting the one in the house, which I quite liked if they stayed second shot. I didn't like the draw round. They're being sucked into that draw behind cover.
Playing this, if they can make the run back, even better, but they'll just get the single. And put one more guard up if you're China. Now it's their turn to discuss.
不能这样的，你看这样他肯定这么冲，这个也没了，这个
仨全没了。
到
你第一个球你打一个。
啊，我站一个，他站一个，他肯定我估计是粘了，粘再说吧，还是站他俩那位置。
站一个。
你有啥想法吗？
下边。
Again, China has used their timeout. They called it in the previous end.
你说传一下啊？
就稍微这么一点，这么一点，也，
你感觉，咱传一个他也是全漏，这个全漏呗。
对，反正他也是打，反正。
反正现在这就是一个点，你要碰上这个角，他就可以随便打。
对呀。
你只要头一甩，他就没有顾忌的，他肯定就奔大波了。
反正现在就是你站位吧，咱球关键起要得后区。
站位他肯定粘，
他肯定
粘不行，我再找哪个角找。因为你现在要是站这儿的话，他怎么？
他肯定就是奔
咱那他只能是奔仨这么找。
对啊。
They have got plenty of time on their clock.
但是你要是打甩呢？打甩有点早。
Over 10 minutes.
打甩他肯定这俩啪啪。
绝对的，这甩不太好。
他要站，我估计他就粘了。
Kind of like one more guard.
我来找。
行。
OK。上把位置。
啊。
And make your play with your first to skip stones, and then Japan has one shot.
Yeah, you only want to give Japan that one shot for the big multiple clear. Because the chance for China to get a 3 is there.
They need to execute this. Wang Zhiyu. Maybe Japan's time to decide whether they do peel the guard. Or they maybe even draw down to that one around the corner. They could hit that one at the top of the forefoot.
下线，下分下线。2下线。
Go.
Trying to cover up that stone in the edge of the 12-foot.
Okay.
So both yellow stones in the house are open enough to hit.
Looks like Japan will make their play now the way they're talking about it.
If they do make the play, the key is here to lie 2 and don't leave a double.
Seem to have had that plan as soon as that rock came to rest, that they were going to make a play on it.
If they can hit this and roll over, lie 2. So Japan won't be too bothered about giving up 2 here. They don't want to lose a 3.
Well, they want to try and get a roll to the wing. Want to sit second shot, but it's going to roll too far. But they are removing an opponent's stone. Well, this a 6-3 game. And I haven't seen a lot of scoring since this end. And this is the last. Zhu Xiang. He's trying a run back. He had just played one on his previous, and this misses and gives up the steal of 2. He took the chance. Thought there might be the opportunity for 2 or 3 if he makes this one. But he misses it instead. Japan takes that steal. Now, Matsumura rolled too far. Zhu Xiang trying to wrap another one around that guard.
Yep, another come around. Lie second and third. And then Japan have got a big decision. What shot they're going to play. I suppose it depends where this goes.
They'll be keeping a close eye on the speed of this one.
China don't want to be back tee to let Japan freeze it. Yeah, really nice.
And well placed second and third. Could go peel the back one out.
Could peel the back one out, give up a 2. Could draw behind, but if you leave a double, you're losing 3. Yeah, I think that this is a shot to play the scoreboard. They're 3 up. If you'd said to Japan at the beginning of the game you'll be 1 up with a hammer coming home, I think they'd be quite happy.
This 5-rock rule just shows how you can set up a 2. You need one little mistake, you can get a 3. Want to pick this one out, make it go away. Late stages of this semi-final. Just want to make that yellow one go away, and that'll do the job. They're happy giving up the deuce. Normally you don't want to be happy giving up multiple scores, but at this stage, a 3-point lead. You're absolutely right, Rona. That was a scoreboard call. It's a very well played 9th end. Lots of strategy, lots of decision making. At what point do you make your move? Japan made the move first. Missed to try and cap off a 2. Make it a 6-5 game with the last shot of 9. And clean up to the nose, so China gets a 2, a much needed deuce. It is now a 1-point game. We head to the 10th end. Japan leads by a score of 6-5. They'll have the hammer into 10.
3，
擦一擦，擦一擦。
往3区擦一擦，俩一
3
起
区。啊，
俩一起
，3区啊，
Well, 10th end,
还行。
this
我掉下
semifinal,
了1，
China
1留不下，
has to
留不下
steal
留不下
one to tie the game up.
2区，
Japan will try to avoid that, trying to
下一点。
get to another final. Matsumura, the defending champion, winning it last year in Korea. Korea is awaiting the winner of this game. New Zealand will play the loser for bronze.
China built up a really good end at the last end. Give them confidence to get the guards up here.
There's the chip shot. Can't remove that one. On Shinya Abe is just his 4th game of the event, and you wouldn't know it.
Makes it look easy.
The ice surface has been great. Not enough credit to
3 OK，
Jimmy Barassa, the head ice technician here this week.
这擦力了。
Environment definitely a little different for curling.
1也行，
Warm weather outside, almost 30 degrees Celsius.
1，
16 dehumidifiers in here to allow for the shot making that's been made throughout the week and on display here in this game.
小怕减速，
有减速有点大啊。
It's good. Green. Yes. It's good. Green. Green. Whoa. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Green. Yes. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Whoa.
Must be close, on and off.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
What a shot.
Fantastic. And I was just thinking these are so much trickier with the amount of late swing that we get. Where do you put the broom in order to make that? Has it hit that breaking point yet to taking the big swing? Just ice water in his veins, able to make those in the 10th end clutch time.
小一点，等一等，等。
Does that mean ice water in his veins is cool as a cucumber?
1得放。
Yep.
2区了已经。
只是力量。
擦一擦能到3。
我不擦了。OK，就自然减就行，没事。
So now they don't need to tick. They can peel.
Then you get the middle of this lineup. They built it very strong with Tanita and Shimizu right up the middle. China just trying to give himself a chance. They missed a draw to the button in their round robin game. As this one will catch off the side. Actually will get a kicker in the rings. It was a draw to the button in their round robin game. They played in session 14. China missed. Allowed the steal by Japan to win that game. And that actually, the way it all worked out, was the difference of Japan having the hammer to start this game or China.
1也行，1也行，能进来就行。
1区可以。
能进来就行。
1区。
我不擦了，不擦了。
下点吗？
自然停就行，没事。
哎，小丁。
4个了吗？
往上小，4秒19。
One peel down. Another one here for Yasumasa Tanita. Catch it. And we'll miss that one on the side. Tough here. How do you go about it now if you're China? You need to steal one to tie. No centerline guards. You're 2 on the wide side. You'd love to force Matsumura to throw against the potential winning points.
你看看力量啊，我感觉好小点，下路非常好。好。
It is so demoralising when you're trying to steal and the lead's played 2 perfect ticks and you've got nothing out front. They just have to use whatever cover they can get here.
Okay.
Well swept.
Well swept, but just on the edge of the 12 foot. Tough. Really seeing that one come into play.
Yeah, the objective for Matsumura is to have that 4 foot open. We've seen already he knows his draw weight today.
Well, I thought at one point they were looking at trying to get both these. I think just looking to get rid of one. You want to accidentally chip that yellow ones to the center and miss that, as we see 96%. Shimizu just missing that double 2 ends ago. That one will go right over the top.
Nice.
偏这边点啊，偏哪边他肯定是这么找。二区。二区。行。正常
See
站
the
吧。
call, try and put a center line guard up.
收点脸啊。
Thought process, you're still trying to get that one. You know Japan's going to peel it. Maybe they'll roll one to the center.
Yeah, China just have to hope for that slight error from Japan.
线 OK。
没都有线，下线吗？
先不用，后期就要大。
别让你擦点位置得擦。
China have done absolutely nothing wrong at this end. You know, 2 excellent ticks. And it's a completely different end you're facing.
OK。
Real tough angle to actually hit this one and spin it to the center. That's how wide that stone is in the rings.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, not far away though.
And we're definitely trying to clip it. It is Japan lying 1. Skip stones this 10th end. 6-5. Japan leads.
OK。
打吧，不赶趟，他只能堵他打飞了最后。好，先往外甩一点。等会儿，等会儿。没事。放点点去吧。
长线3秒之间，
长线大点
5，长线3秒之间，5、1、
Oh, trying to hit, make sure they have a chance to lie those two.
OK。
And we'll make the nose hit.
OK。
Matsumura. Nothing protecting the 4 foot here. So you want to roll away a bit. Want to stick around. Or is that overthinking it?
Yeah, I think he just wants to make sure this yellow goes away. Problem is, if he hits and rolls, or if he noses that, you could see China come around it and then maybe cause him a bit of a problem.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
Right out of hand.
Yes. Yes.
We'll get on this one for Yuta Matsumura.
Yes. Whoa. 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 Roll it. Roll it.
He will roll to the other side of the sheet. That's it, side of the 8 foot.
Yeah, good positioning there.
Well, Rona, you said earlier, and this is how the end's set up. Shinya Abe making tick shots.
Just perfect. Not one, but two.
Just the perfect shot.
Identical weight. Consistency factor.
You skipped Rona in 10th end. If you have the hammer, tie game, one point game, you want the 4-foot. Well,
absolutely.
We see, what do we see? We see almost all 12 feet of the rings. Zhu Xiang wants to lie two. Those will be potential winning points. Make this hit. And into a spot where you'll probably see the hit now.
Yeah, but he's not going to go for the draw when you've got an open hit to win the game.
Hit and stick. There is those two in the rings, so China has put together all they can muster here in this 10th end.
Yeah, they've done absolutely nothing wrong. Just excellent play by Japan. Left it for their skip, an open hit. Can't ask for much more than that. And he can afford to roll right across the house.
Trying to get back to the final. Chance to defend his title. Won last year in Korea. Hit and stick.
Having to hold this.
Haneda and Shimizu right on the nose, no problem. A win for Japan, a single in 10. 7-5. Japan defeats China.
Good game. Good luck tomorrow. More important game tomorrow again.
Japan off to the gold medal game with the 7-5 victory. A perfectly played 10th end. Got the lead. They managed the scoreboard well in the second half of that game. And that means Japan will play Korea for the Pacific Asia Championship. The Japanese women will play for gold tomorrow, as will the men. Yuta Matsumura and his team trying to go back to back. Didn't start out the way he wanted. He got down early, got down 2-1 after 2 ends, but battled back, scoring 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth via the steal. And that win by Japan, we have our medal games all set up here at the Pacific Asia Curling Championships 2019. This is how it played out. The semifinal, 2 versus 3, Japan, China. Those 2-2s in the third and fourth key moments of the game. But that 1 in 10, a 7-5 Japan victory. Here's how it played out in the second half of this game. The 8th end after back-to-back blanks. 1 miss by Japan meant it was a shot against 2. But China was going to get their force. They needed this. Yuta Matsumura hits to extend their lead with the nose takeout on his last stone. In the 9th end, real tactical back and forth, strategic, how do we go about it? China tried their best. They almost had a chance at 3. But in the end, it's a nose hit to cut the lead to 1 as Zhu Xiang nose hits, gets the second point. A 1-point game heading to the 10th end. 2 tick shots made early by Shin Yabe. And Yuta Matsumura has a nose hit, a wide open look at this one for a spot in the final. And the Japanese skip right on the nose, gets the 1 and the victory over China. They will advance to the gold medal game tomorrow. Here's how the round robin played out. Korea topped the standings at 9-0, then Japan, China, New Zealand. Those are the 4 playoff teams. Chinese Taipei, 1 game out. Australia, Qatar, just a couple games back. Kazakhstan, Hong Kong, and Nigeria rounded out the 10-team field at this year's event. And the playoffs, 2 semifinals. Korea beats New Zealand, so they go to the gold medal game. They'll take on Japan, who you just saw beat China. And so New Zealand, China will be the men's bronze medal game. Korea, Japan for gold, and the 1 spot at the World Men's Curling Championship in Scotland. A lot to play for tomorrow.
Many congratulations. A steal of 2 in the 4th end. Do you think that gave the momentum swing for the rest of the game?
おめでとうございます。4エンド目の2点のスティールで、それで転換でしたか？
そうですね。ゲームプランがはっきりこれから点差がついたことによってゲームプランがはっきりしたので、だいぶいいエンドだったと思います。
We had a pretty clear game plan overall, and yeah, that was a really good end for us.
And you play in the final gold medal game tomorrow. What would it mean for you to retain your title?
明日は金メダルの試合ですね。前年も同じ2年連続だとどうでしょうか？
去年より今日の試合がすごく落ち着いてたんで、明日も落ち着いてできると思いますし、そこで勝つことを目標にやってきたので、いい準備したいと思います。
We were just a lot more relaxed out there today than we were last year at this time. So that's our hope, is to continue playing that relaxed, calm manner and keep it together and play to the plan.
Well, thanks for speaking to us. Many congratulations. Well played.
ありがとうございました。またおめでとうございます。
Well, Yuta Matsumura and Japan back into the final. We'll have that for you tomorrow against Korea. Verona, Howie, myself, Luke Coley, our entire crew. It's medal time at the Pacific Asia Curling Championships.
Important game tomorrow again.
Okay, go ahead.
阿部選手です。今日は復帰されてからですね、大事な試合だったと思うんですけども、